For those who don't know who I am, I'm Noah Shear from Island Def Jam. This is the wonderful Jennifer Lopez. Hello. Obviously we're here to get some content, and we thank you guys for hanging out with us. Production ran a little late, so thank you for bearing with us and being patient. We good to go on the audio?
Yeah.
We're recording?
This is the Q&A mic to
Okay.
pass around.
And this is her mic, right?
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
So
Radio.
I have some questions that were selected, and we designated to individuals who asked these questions. So I will start first off. The first question came from JoJo. Jennifer. JoJo.
Hi.
So Jennifer, I'm into your music video. It's so beautifully sexy with the hot dance break. You're known for your dance breaks. When did you start doing them?
Oh God, I think I did them for my very first video, and always for my performances. I just always felt like an element of surprise was exciting. I don't even know if I got it from another performer. I don't think I did. I think it was just something we made up. Back in the day, just for my first video, If You Have My Love, we always had great remixes done of all my songs. I was always lucky to work with some great DJs and stuff. And whenever I'd get the remixes, I knew I would never hear them on the radio, so I was like, well, how could I use them? And so then I would use them in the performances and in the videos, and that's kind of how that started. And now it just seems boring if I just play a song from top to bottom in the video, so that's what we do it. Cool.
Okay, thank you. Wendy from Q100 in Atlanta.
Hi.
That's Wendy right there.
Good, how are you? Thank you.
She would like to know what your biggest surprise is going from idol viewer to idol judge.
Idol viewer to idol judge. I mean, it's a little bit more pressure, but it's a lot more fun, I think. You know, watching it at home is great, and I did for 10 years, and I was a huge fan of the show. But then when I did it, I really loved being able to work with the contestants. I think, you know, when you're at home, you're frustrated. You're like, I wish I could just tell them this and tell them that. And now I get to do that, so that's fun. I love that part.
All right, this is St. John. He's in San Francisco.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, you
St.
look
John.
fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't want to interrupt any.
He knows better.
So he loves the new album.
Thank you.
Title Love question mark. What does love question mark mean?
Well, I've been all over the place saying this, but it's basically about questioning, you know what I mean, and the questions we have about love, and always kind of challenging ourselves. Because I think my dream for this album was to make a great dance kind of urban album like I've always made, you know, with its ballads and always a mix of what I do, but still to, like, when you get into it and you listen to the lyrics, you know, that you have some real sentiment and emotion of what people really go through. I mean, after years and years of different relationships and experience now, and now being in a really great relationship with a husband and everything, and it's a different time in my life, I just look at everything kind of in a different way, you know, and so I was just kind of using all of that to kind of think about the questions that people have, and also hope that people challenge themselves and think about these things, these different situations that I'm singing about, and question themselves, you know, to be better. And that was always kind of my dream for the album. Like, are we doing the right thing? Are we treating each other okay? Does this sound right to you? You know, do you wonder about this like I wonder about this? And how can we be better to each other and to ourselves?
Cool. Another question that was asked multiple times, so we did not designate it to one individual radio personality, was regarding the new single, I'm Into You. A lot of fans out here for that. And picking Lil Wayne to be featured in the video, and also to work with him on the record, how did that feel? How did that come about?
It's funny, when I recorded I'm Into You, immediately I felt like it needed a guest star. Like, I wanted to put somebody on. I don't feel that way about all my songs. As you see, I don't have a lot of like collaborations all the time on my records. You know, it's just very chosen and very particular few that we pick. And but when I heard this song, and once it was done and it had my vocal on it, I was like, you know what? I think Lil Wayne would be great on this. And I think people thought, why? Like, it wasn't the obvious choice. It was kind of, I think people were thinking more like T-Pain, or even who's Akon or somebody like that, who had a more Caribbean kind of feel, because the song is a little bit like that. But I don't know, I just felt like Weezy was I was a fan, but also I just felt like it was an interesting and different choice that still his flow would work very well on the record. And I just got stuck on that and kept on until it happened. kind of what happened.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great story, and it's a great record. And it's the next single, everybody in radio. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
We impact in June 13th to be exact, and we already got some great radio stations on the record.
Well, I want to hear what they like. I just want you to yell out what you like. If you know the record at all, if there's anything that you want to tell me before I go, please feel free.
Poppy, great story.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love the song. Very fun dance
I'd like
record.
to get a gauge
Yeah, it's
from the
nice.
radio people.
We love
everything you do.
It's a very fun
It's all good. There's love.
It's been such a long time since we've heard some great stuff from you, and I'm so glad it's finally back.
Thank
You
you.
belong on the radio.
Thank you. Thank
Or
you
Fly
so
Girl.
much. I love. Well, no, we mix the two things together. A little bit of dancing, a little bit of singing, and it's fun. I love music. Music's really like kind of my first love. As dancing was my first love, and so you can't have one without the other. And it's always been a big part of who I am. And even when I'm not on the radio, I'm still making music, and I'm still enjoying every aspect of it in my life. So thank you for that.
It's also being radio and also on bars. It's a good club song, and also you got a good club song, good radio song.
Which one?
Your first single that dropped.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
perfect because
Thank
people go
you.
nuts for it in the club, and on the radio we get a lot of requests on.
Oh, thank you
When are
so
you going to
much.
go on tour? World tour?
I know we're talking about this, with Idol over now, and we're starting to plan out the next few months, and a tour is the
I'd
first
love
thing
to
on
see you live.
everybody's lips.
That'd be
Thank
great.
you.
That'd be great.
On everybody's lips, and it's something I've always wanted to do. But we have movies, and we have a tour, and we have more television that we're doing, and so it's like, we have to see what's going to work. But tour is, I think, #1 on everybody's list right now.
Now that you've invested in everybody
Yeah.
on Idol,
Yeah.
how do you feel about coming back? It's a big thing now. And now that your career
Coming
is
back for Idol?
coming back for Idol, investing in your career, doing as well as it's done, and what's happening for you
Yeah,
right now, that's a
right.
big deal. Are you going to come back or not?
Yeah, I think everybody wants to know that. And I have to say, I'm open. There's so many possibilities right now. Like I said, with a tour, the music, I want to do another film. Like I said, there's the Idol option, and I'm open to all of it. I just haven't made the decision yet.
Would you ever start your own variety show? Like where there was talent and all the
face
kinds.
says it all.
I know everybody goes like variety show. No, but if you think about it, Idol and they brought that.
Yeah,
up
yeah,
as a
no, I know
musical
what you're
TV.
saying.
Yeah,
I know what you're saying.
So doing your own,
Well,
producing your own.
Right. Well, Simon Fuller and my husband Mark and I are working on a show called Que Viva, which is actually about Latin music. It's not like American Idol at all. It's more of like what we like to call a documentary journey. We call it a docu-journey, where me and Mark are going to go throughout Latin America and look for talent to come back to create an actual show, a show that will go on the road. The way that we always want to be seen as Latin performers, with authentic Latin music, with the passion, and with all the passion and all the kind of different types of music, and from all the different countries, and really put something up that all Latinos could be proud of, and we're working on that with Simon Fuller right now, so it's very exciting.
You were awesome in Selena, by the way.
Thank you.
That was one of my favorite movies.
Thank you so much.
I'm just going to go back to answering these questions that we
Yes.
picked first, all right? Bring it back.
Enough now.
So Monica from Fox Alaska, I don't know if she's here, but she asked, how do you choose your outfits for Idol each week? Because she so looks forward to seeing that.
It's funny, one time I tweeted like 2 outfits I was trying to choose between, and we got so many responses like, you should wear this, you should wear that. Whatever. Of course, we chose one that more people voted for. I work with a great team, with great stylists, and they bring me good choices. And I just go, I just pick one. I go, I feel like wearing that. It's not that deep, but I like to think that I have good taste, and I pick a nice dress or whatever outfit, and then I just do my
You
hair.
can wear
and go out
anything.
there.
You're the most beautiful woman in the world.
Very good, yeah.
In the world.
Our friend Toby Knapp from Hot in DC, he wanted to know, you got 2 little ones, you got a massive music career and a reality show coming that you discussed earlier.
Yeah.
It takes so much time and attention.
Yeah.
How do you create those special moments for you, your kids, and your husband?
I mean, those are my special moments. You know what I mean? So I'm always looking to have one. I'll have them, whether it's getting up early in the morning or when I get home and making sure that, they wait up for me. They happen to be rock and roll babies. So, you know what I mean? They don't have a normal schedule. So if I'm on my way home at 7:30 or 8. I'm like, just keep them up a little bit longer. And then I'll watch a movie with them, and they're excited when I get home, and so we wind up having our time. But, it's about taking time for both. There needs to be a real balance. It just can't. I love my work, and I love what I do, but I love my family so much more.
Sure. All right, this is going to be the last question. Just to summarize pretty much this entire season and all the contestants that you watched, what could you say could be I know one lesson probably is not possible, but what has been some of the lessons or a lesson you've learned from watching the season and having it come to a culmination now at the end? Has there been one particular?
A lesson? I don't know. It's funny. When you work with other artists, which all these kids are artists, we really, really got a great group of kids. And you're mentoring them and you're helping them and you're sharing what they don't have, which is experience. They wind up teaching you, because you're so analyzing everything that they do. And you're like, you pick things out, you see it. And you know what you're doing when you're up there? This is what you're doing. And you need to do this and you need to do that. And you go, I do that sometimes. I need to be better in that area. You know what I mean? So you wind up growing and learning with them, which was really rewarding because they felt like they were getting something from us, but I felt like I was getting something from them. You know what I mean? So it was great. It was just a great, great experience for me.
Well, thank you for taking the time out.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. One group total.